light. By the full moon, we will revive our sister, Iberia.
Hello everybody, it's Corey from Gemini Guitar. In today's lesson we're looking at an idea in the realm of sludge metal. This is a pretty straightforward idea rhythmically, but we're going to look at the theoretical concept underneath. Basically what's happening is we're exploring the -7 into root interval, and that's the very first part of the riff. So we've got the note at fret 3 on the A string, which will then be moving into the root note at fret 5 on the A string. Now I am referring to the guitar as if we were in standard drop D tuning, so just be aware of that, and that's just for the sake of a sort of, you might say, a standard across all tunings. It's just to avoid confusion. So that's the C into the D note. We're going to be using the open low 6th string with that C note to begin with. Now you'll note that when the third finger returns to the root, there's a nice little, really cohesive effect there, because they're both the same note. One's just in the higher, one's in the lower octave. So in bar 1 we use those two notes along with the open low 6th string. The techniques that I'm using are a hammer-on, and the one in the middle is a slurred hammer-on. That means that you're going to quickly hammer on instead of, so it's a nice little effect. It works really well in stoner rock and sludge metal. A lot of guitarists use it in those styles. Okay, so what's interesting here is we're moving up from that set of intervals, so the -7 into root. And what we're going to do is we're going to move into the 5th of each one of those intervals. So that means, let's say, to begin with, we'll look at these as power chords, what we did here. So we had the C note fret 3, which is our -7, into the root, fret 5. Now, if we looked at them as power chords, so with the 5th included, that's what we get. So we've got the G note at fret 5 on the D string, and then we've got the A note at fret 7 on the same string. Play them together. So what we've done is we've taken the 5th of those here, and we've just moved them up further onto the A string. So we're keeping ourselves just using the low 6th on the A string. And this is the way to get that thick, guttural sort of sound. I like the sound of that a lot. By the way, I'm using my rhythm pickup here, and I also have the tone control rolled off completely to 0, which gives it a bit of an extra fuzz-like effect. So here we go. We've got the A note here at fret 10 on the A string, into the root note's 5th, which is the A note itself, and that's at fret 12 on the A string. Notice that the rhythm's the same for every bar. It's just we're changing around where we are and what notes we're playing. Now, the next step in this is to actually go into the next octave from the beginning point. So where we had the C and the D note here, Oh, we're just doing the same thing, 12 frets higher, so we're up to fret 15 and 17. I like the sound of this a lot. There's a real, I mean, there's a bit of tension there, but it's also quite cohesive as well. So the tension there. It still sounds good though. It really, really fits in. Okay, so all good riffs should end with a little bit of a variation to tell the listener musically that we're going to go and do the whole riff again. And this is one way of doing it. There's a billion other ways you could do it, but I'm just going to show you this way. This is what happens. Okay, so what we're going to do to end off then is we're going to start at the 15th fret and do this. So I strum the 15th fret along with the low 6th, hammer to 17, re-strum that. Slide up to fret 20 while letting the low E string ring out. By the way, you should always let the 6th string ring out as much as possible. We're going to re-strum that, slide back to the 7/8 and re-strum that. So we get... Now we're going to do a quick little strum, hammer, pull sequence. Re-strum the 7/8 fret. I recommend using an up strum. And then we're going to re-strum at the 15th fret, hammer to 17 and re-strum that. So it's... Okay, so to finish with then, it's just the tritone, which is in the 6th position in this case. I'm combining that with the 5th position power chord. So to do that, you basically just have to bar your finger. The second finger to begin with, the middle finger, one of my favourite fingers. And the 5th fret. And we're returning then to the lowest of the low on this guitar. Or this tuning, which is just the open D power chord. I'm also using a slurred technique there with this part. So I'm strumming at the 5th position and quickly hammering to the 6th position. And then just combining that. And I kind of find it hard sometimes to talk while I'm playing, which is annoying, but anyway, whatever. Okay, so yeah, in summary, we've started in with -7 to root. And we've not harmonized it, but we've taken the 5ths of those. Oh man, my tongue's getting really weird today. Okay, so yeah, we've got that, which is our -7 into root. Then we've got the 5ths of those notes. And then we've got the octaves of those notes. Now, one thing to point out, and it's something you'll feel probably within inside yourself, but what this does is and this is why I said about growing the groove, because it creates this sort of climbing type feeling. You know, you're starting off in the abyss, and you're working your way up, and then you reach the peak of wherever it is you're climbing to, mountain maybe, or I don't know, some imaginary ladder in the sky. Who knows, you know. Also, don't forget to check out the download store. I've got a nice selection of digital downloads there at reasonable prices, so you can check those out. And if you buy them, it supports what I do and helps me to continue what I'm doing here. So that would be greatly appreciated if you are able to do so. Anyways, until the next lesson, bye for now.